Now, in the back of Maria Simma's book, she has a section called Exhortations and Warnings, dictated to Maria Simma by the poor souls. Now, these are supposed to be the poor souls in purgatory who told her things, okay? That's what these sections are. I'm going to try to read some of them. They're short. I'm not done with the chapters, but Maria Simma was a person who saw the poor souls in purgatory. She heard from them all the time. She prayed for them. She helped release them. That was her mission in this life, right? Anyway, this little section in her book is called About Good Use of Time. And this is what the Holy Souls have to say about it, about how we use our time. We're all limited on time. Only once in eternity will you recognize what you did with your time during your life, with all the years, days, and hours, and what you could have done with them. There, too, you will recognize what chances you missed during life to make everything good. And once there in eternity, it will be too late. What would people not do to start a new life if they knew what eternity was? And here are some more lines to remember. Long is not eternal, but eternal is long. This is a true yet serious thought. Pick roses while they bloom, for tomorrow is not today. Let no hour slip by, for this time is fleeting. We build many firm houses and are in them only as guests. But for where we will be eternally, we build very little. God gives you time so that you can progress with your souls. Man wanders through life but once, and not a second time, as is taught by many today. This is wrong. God gives us only one time to live here on earth. It is Satan's trickery to think that you've been on earth before, or that one comes to earth again in another body. These are falsehoods. What great things could one make out of time? What treasures could one win or lose? Costly and short is time. It does not come again. Fulfillment of God's will must be the password for your entire lives. Why does man dive into time-bound things? Because he thinks so little about eternity. Seek in everything to fulfill God's will. Do not get disturbed if you make mistakes over and over. What is important is always to get up again and to start anew. To err is human, getting up again is blessed, and to stay in sin is satanic. Recognize in humility that you are sinful, but no one need despair if he falls over and over, because Christ died on the cross for us so that we can get up repeatedly. Most of our falls are due to weaknesses, superficialities, carelessness, but seldom malice. So do not get disturbed about your own faults, and much less about those of others. Do not judge others. Those who do so again and again are those who should work on themselves the most. A good word can heal. A nasty word can kill. So never judge others. Let no day go by without a good word or a good deed. One should carry the other's burden. Only in this way is the law of Christ fulfilled. If only everyone was eager never to judge another, to sow peace where conflict exists, and only to pass on the good about another, but never a mistake. Take care only to help the other in this matter, but never to injure him. Excuse me. Then there would never again be a war. Was this the case, not half as many people would be in purgatory and hell would be empty. Do good for others as long as you have time for it. A time will come when you can do no more and will only reap what you have sown. Do not judge others, but only yourself. That is the beginning of peace on earth. A good Christian has a firm decision to him only to fulfill God's will. He is kind and gentle to his brother. He always turns back to God in humility and simplicity. He gets used to tolerating the mistakes of others and his own. You must work yourself forward from mediocrity to holiness. Many wish to be good Christians, but to strain for holiness, that seems too much for them. And still God's church needs truly holy and not merely somewhat holy men. The tide of ruin is stronger than the mediocre. So how should it be conquered by mediocrity? It is so important to be loyal in small matters because it strengthens humility and leads to great things. In small things, the great truly show themselves. The strict fulfillment of small duties takes no less power than do heroic acts. Small things add a lot more to the total sum of man's good than do the large ones. He who is loyal in small matters is also loyal in great matters. He who is disloyal in small matters is also disloyal in great matters. Well, you know, she's right. Well, actually, it's not Maria. It's the Holy Souls. They're correct in saying that we have to use our time wisely. Too many people are home smoking drugs, marijuana, and wasting their time in front of the television. Now, if you're old and you're infirm, that's a different story. You have no choice but to be in front of a TV. But if you're young and you have the ability to do good and you don't want to work, you want to get free handouts and all this kind of thing, and you're not doing any kind of religious actions, right? Then you're wasting time. Think of how much good you could do. That if you had the ability, if you had extra time and you had an income and you didn't have to work, go help people. Go to a nursing home and volunteer. All right? They desperately need people. Go help your neighbors who are old and infirm and can't maybe mow their lawn or clean their yards or paint their house, anything. But sitting home, smoking marijuana, and doing nothing with your life is just that, doing nothing. And your time is short. All of our time is short. We all are in the same boat. It's a one-way ticket. So therefore, use the time wisely to help others do good. And guess what? You don't have to travel all over the world. You don't have to have a protest about people 4,000 miles away from you. When you have people right in front of you who need your help, that's where the virtue is. Not worrying about what's happening 5,000 miles across the world. Worry about what's happening right in your neighborhood. Because your neighborhoods need to be fixed. Your communities need to be fixed. Your nations need to be fixed. So I think that's good advice. The Holy Souls are warning us that we should use our time wisely. Because once we're dead, we have to look back on what we did and regret what we did. And who wants to have that kind of a feeling? It's better to say, I did the best I could, Lord. I did the best I could with your help, and that's the end. At least we know we did something. And if we help people and change some people's lives for the better, well, that's gonna stand for us when we're judged. So, anyway. I'll read more of these. These are very interesting, actually. So, see you next time.